Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, it's your friend, your twin, your man in 100 grand, your mama's favorite side piece, and your sister's boyfriend, Doc G. Just enjoying a beautiful day outside. You know, nice, nice weather out here in Florida today. And yeah, man, just wanted to talk about, you know, being a mentor. You know, the more life goes on for a brother, it's like it's crazy how I'm starting to take on the role that some of the OGs used to have back in the day for me. Like hell, I always it seemed like only yesterday I was like 19, 20 years old. You know, now I'm about 7 years away from being 50. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you know, now that role has been passed on to me, as is the same that goes for a lot of brothers my age and a little bit older. For some reason, man, like like honestly, I feel like it's our duty as men to lead the next generation. Because as y'all can see, man, there is a lack of male figures out here to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's we live in an era where masculinity is demonized, and you know what I'm saying, like it's just crazy, man. Just being a man, the art of being a man is is diminishing this day and age. So that's why to the older brothers, man, I I implore you, man, like pass down your knowledge, man, to your nephews, your sons, your male cousins, all that shit, man, because have counsel amongst men to so we can all like level our game up. You know what I'm saying? Like in my family, we have something called the brotherhood retreat, where where the men of the family get together and they discuss the directions of their lives and where they're heading, and you know how to better themselves overall as men. You know, real talk. So like I said, man, just that's why it's good to be like a big brother, or you know or a counselor or anything like that, or just just be that presence in the family somewhere, because it's much needed. I'm telling you, man, like just nowadays, just male leadership is just basically not being promoted whatsoever. Hell, at least back in the day, we used to have TV shows that had strong male role models, like The Cosby Show. You had Cliff Huxtable. We ain't gonna talk about the real Bill Cosby. We just talk about the show. We had Good Times with James. He was the father. We had Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Uncle Phil, he was a strong male figure. Family Matters. You had Carl Winslow. He was a strong male figure. You know, I mean, Full House. Danny Tanner. He was a strong male figure. Hell, Home Improvement. Tim Allen. He was a strong male figure. The importance of men was actually put out there in those days, and now it's just not at all. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's with that being said, man, it's up to us, man. It's up to the OGs, man. I'm talking about the 35 and up, man. Y'all, help these young bucks, man. Help these young bucks. Help them find their way, man. Because we were there at one point. You know what I'm saying? We we were that young man at one point. And shout out to the OGs that helped lead me into being a grown man. Had shout out to my uncle Seth. That showed me the path. Shout out to my uncle Joe. He was a master sergeant in the Marine Corps. He he basically helped mold me into what I am now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you know this teacher that me, my brother, and sister used to know. Guy named Mr. Sims. He Me, my brother, and sister met Mr. Sims when we were kids at summer camp, and he was like he was basically a counselor in college. He was a counselor in college, and keep in mind, he worked in almost every school that me, my brother, and sister went to. I'm talking about all the way from elementary all the way to high school. And I seen Mr. Sims go from being a math student at Morehouse and a college counselor to being a math teacher at a middle school, and then an assistant principal, and then a full principal, and now he's the superintendent of Fulton County Schools. Mr. Sims was the epitome of excellence as far as being a man and being a black man in America. And he made having an education seem cool. He affected a lot of brothers that I went to school with, and got them into trade schools, man, got them into college and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he dies, that's gonna be his legacy. And he was like one of the role models for me growing up. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to him, shout out to my pops, even though my pops had his flaws sometimes, man. My pops, a lot of things that he taught me how, basically how to be a man, how to change a tire, how to tie a tie. You know what I'm saying? Like, manhood 101, man. How to carry yourself as far as dealing with the police out here, because every brother deals with the police at least once in their life. How to carry yourself in this world. So you need those. You need to be that for the younger generation of men, because that's the baton that's passed down to us in time, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, it's basically part of life. You start getting those grades, you start getting the knowledge, and the thing is, it's like, it's a beautiful thing, man, to age and have those experiences under your belt, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, man, to to look at all the things that you survived and be able to pass the lessons down that you learned, through those trials and tribulations. Because that's why I like speaking to the elders, you know what I'm saying? Like, the old school, like the ones that are like 80 years old, 90 years old, because, man, they seen and been through some shit, man. I've spoken to elders, man, like older dudes that was like in World War II, that was alive during that time, 98 years old, like, things were a lot different back then than they are now, and I look at their experiences and how they parallel to mine, and it's just a trip, So, mentor mentor the young brothers in your lives and shit, man. You know, because I guarantee you, a lot of them, y'all know what it's like to be that age and you know, be a kid or be in your early 20s and all that bullshit, man. So you know how easy it is to get lost out here in all the bullshit, man. So you know, just help guide your loved ones, man, and cause that's the purpose. That's part of your purpose as you get older. You know, that's all I had to say about this video, man. It's your boy Doc G out. Peace.